So did you just expand what you were doing with telehealth, or did you head in a different direction at all?
We were fresh out of the gate, started telehealth brand new. So it was something that was kind of on our roadmap down the road. And the pandemic allowed us to get that going very, very quickly.
So that's the response. Molly, coming back to you, I mean, how has the pandemic changed how we're moving forward? What's the new steady state? Are we even in the new steady state yet? The answer to that is probably no. But are we approaching it? Are we getting back to like normal health IT operations?
That's something I think about a lot, because a lot of our operations partners, and rightly so, are starting to push projects forward that were potentially put on hold. A lot of these projects are moving forward, but we're also still very much within our COVID response. And now we've just this week ramped back up with the latest surge. So our current state, I wouldn't call it a steady state, is one of, we are still responding to COVID. The labs never back down. A couple of our other teams really never back down from that response, but we're still responding to COVID. We're now shifting back into an incident command mode with COVID, but we're back up to our project levels that we were at pre-COVID. So we typically run about 99 to 100 IT projects at any given time. Outside of a pandemic, when the pandemic hit and we put everything on hold that wasn't essential, we went down to, I would say, maybe about 10 active IT projects. We're back up. We are over that 100 mark again on the IT projects that we're pushing forward. So our new state is that of how can we take our teams and keep the focus on COVID, but also respond to our organizational needs to keep some of these projects going. So staffing is a huge consideration right now. Fortunately, we're financially in a place where we can bring in a little bit of help, and we're working through that strategy now. But how do we keep the focus on COVID so we can respond to our organization needs right away? How can we keep some of these projects going that now are very critical? Some of them are very critical to our repositioning and our financial stabilization based on what we went through with COVID. So we're still defining our steady state at this point, and it's an extreme challenge, and something I am so grateful to have the leaders that I work with every day, Amanda and our whole leadership team, because we're just in constant troubleshooting mode, but we're keeping that energy high.